everyone, and welcome to U.S. Freedom Fighters YouTube. As you can see, we're down by the river by my house. I'm going to show you guys a few different techniques on survival situations, some things you might be able to use to help you survive, such as starting fires and some other things. So please stay tuned and we'll get to it. Okay, so I was walking down by the river and I found this bottle. A lot of you would look at this bottle and be like, well, what could you use that for? That's just a piece of trash. There's many different uses for this. Today I'm going to show you how to make a minnow trap with it. So I have some paracord, some zip ties, a couple rocks, a piece of bread, and just a jackknife. So we're going to go ahead and make this into a minnow trap, and you can use the minnows to either eat, or you can also use them for bait to catch bigger fish. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this. So what you're going to want to do is cut this top off. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just got to work. So with that done, this should be able to fit right in here, like such. And what we're going to end up doing, we're going to poke holes in it and tie it together. But for now, we're going to leave that out because we need to put our rocks in. Our rocks are what are going to weigh it down so it can actually float. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out because it's taking up a lot of space having both in there. We want a little room for minnows. So we're also going to want to bait it, which we can do afterward. But what we're going to do is we're going to put this in like this. Try to get in there as good as you can. If it doesn't fit perfect, there's different ways. But obviously our rock is having an issue. Let's try trading rocks out. Trial and error, people. Just put that one rock in there, should be enough. If not, you can always add more the next time. So now I can get it to fit in there. And what we're going to want to do is poke some holes. You want to poke it through both pieces of plastic. Go all the way around it. And I would say 4 should be enough for this. Once you do that, you can take your zip ties, put them through the hole to get it to hold together. Now that you have that done, you can go ahead and cut the excess zip tie off. So then you got that. So now what you want to do is you got to find a way to retrieve it out of the water. You can't just throw it in that way. So that's what the paracord comes in handy for. I'm going to go ahead and clean the ends up here so it'll be easy to use. And what we're going to want to do is poke some holes in this to be able to run our rope through. Which probably would have been smarter for me to do before I put it together, but I think I can still make it work. So where I'm going to go on this one is I'm just going to go through here. and just try to run my rope through. It's going to be not easy to do because I didn't put the top on, but next time I'll definitely do it before I put the top on. It'll make it a lot easier. But trial and error, eventually you'll get it down. And just go ahead and tie a regular old knot in here. And then we're going to want to poke some holes in here. You don't want them obviously way too big, but you can do a decent size. And you're just going to poke them all over so it'll help it sink to the bottom. Just go around the whole bottle, poking holes so it'll be able to sink easy. So that should sink pretty decent. We'll put a couple more holes on this side. Alright, then you're going to want to put some bread in there. That's your bait for the minnows. You also can use this same design to catch crawfish and stuff. It just use different bait. I'm going to put a fair amount of bread in there just so it's got some feed in there for them. Probably won't need the whole piece. And that should be good. And I'm going to cut and I'm going to go show you how to put it in the river. As you can see, we're down to the river. I got my trap here and I've already tied the rope to this piece of rebarb right here. The rebarb came from a bridge that actually got torn down by a hurricane a few years back. As you can see, the water is moving pretty good. We've had some recent rains, being it's fall. So what I did is I looked for a nice slow spot in the water that maybe a minnow can come in and rest and stuff, because they can't swim as good as obviously a big fish that has a lot of muscle. So what we're going to want to do is set our trap in the water, in the calm water, and hopefully we'll catch something. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we do that. So we're going to want to try to get this thing to fill full of water fairly fast so it'll sink good. Start getting some in the front and the hole should suck it in. And you can see it's going to want to sink. I'm going to put it out there and hopefully it'll land flat. And the minnows should be able to swim into it and hopefully get caught in there, because they won't be able to figure out a way to get out. So we'll come back here in about 24 hours and check how our progress is doing, see if we've caught anything.